Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to model number 8 for the LEGO Factory Train Model series. I think that's a good name to stick to now, pretty good. Okay, so this is number 8, this is another diesel of the American variety. Once again, I am British, not American, so I don't know the exact name for this thing. On the plus side though, I did manage to do 2 in one day. So earlier today I built the flatbed, which you saw 2 days ago, which was pretty cool. But not the best thing ever, since how, simple it was. But this is quite something. So, camera quality, once again, is bad because I wasn't able to build this in a time where natural lighting could be used. But it's actually quite interesting. This looks like, I did a bit of research on this one. And it's like a hydraulic shark nose style, just electric diesel, like a Santa Fe style, but, obviously much more bulkier front, which looks quite interesting, actually. So, going from the front. Interesting use of the pipe pieces we got going on here, which is quite nice. The pipe, I think there's about 8 of these in total. And this is the first model so far, I believe, that uses all 8 of them, I think. Well, I can't get it back on. On. Sure, that'll do, that's on. No, right, just leave it like that. I'm gonna get worse otherwise. So we head over to the kind of like the shark. I like the shark nose name, but I don't know how accurate that is. So for now, I'll just call it the shark nose. So that front is very bulky, very interesting build as well. Some sideways building going on. It's all very cool. We got a couple of other bays, like it's been built as well. So I can take off this black bit off the. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. You know what? Let's do that anyway. Just before we continue. Cab piece is just loose, there's nothing sticking that on, so minifigures can actually go in, which is pretty cool. Let's just take a look at this whole section since that all came off. Not quite what was planned, oh well. So we actually remove the bit I want to remove. There we go. So we have a 2x1 behind these, with the studs on both sides, just both of them covered up of course to put the decoration. Also it helps in terms of the building because we've got these attached to this little area here, which is quite interesting. And obviously this is just built outwards as bricks and a couple of slope pieces too, just to help create that shape. And the black parts are also in line with the roofing with the rest of the diesel, which does look quite nice. As a whole, it does look much tidier with the bulkiness of that black line, which I think is much more impressive than the kind of thin roof that most other diesels have. But as someone again who is a fan of steam, it's very different, so how I prefer my diesels is kind of just down to me. As we're moving along with diesel, I would like to point something out. There is supposed to be a massive wire piece going along here. Once again, the wire piece is not present because the one that came in the set is too long. It's literally long, at least as long as the entire diesel itself. I am actually very tempted just to cut it down to that certain point because obviously the pieces are wrong, but at the same time if I cut them down then it's not going to be doing me any favours because I could potentially use that piece again in the future. Not too good. So here we have some sidewards building, which is actually quite interesting. We have some slope pieces kind of being built upside down and kind of the right way up, and some sideways building inside to be able to create that bit sticking out. It's not like that on the... Why am I doing this way? Let me just turn... There we go. What the fuck was I thinking? So we got flat going along the side of the diesel over here, but on the other end we got this little thing just sticking out here, which is difficult to see because of the fucking light. This was a bad idea. Can I try and show you this? Yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm trying to flash the light on it. So it's one of those slope pieces that's one brick and a tile tool, which is an interesting brick to be honest, because with that certain height you can get some interesting combinations, obviously that being one of them, which is pretty cool. It's going along the side and along the top as well, just to finish it off. More of the generic 4 wide shape that the American diesels have. And going to the wheels, these have 3 pairs of wheels per set, which is really nice, it's using more of the wheels. But the build for this was quite interesting because I'm actually going to take this off. it uses the little 2x2. Things falling apart now. Great. It uses the 2x2 little spinner plate, which is interesting because it allows more of a stretch to be made on the diesel, because it has the standard coach base being used and some other plates just to bring it out by, what is it, 4 studs there, then the base, then another 4 studs at the end to create the entire length. And with the little bit that's going on in the middle there, I could just, you know, just bring that down to about 4 studs. But keeping true to the instructions, I decided to stick with them and use the 2x2 little spinner plate we've got going on here. The connection is very, very weak, which is understandable, but at the same time, it allows for that bit to actually stick onto the actual base plate itself. And we got the rest of this, which is basically the 1x6 plate we got going on there in red, to be the rest of the front of the diesel. Overall, I do like this model. Not my personal favourite, but out of all the diesels, this is probably the best one, in my opinion. It's a different shape, it's unconventional, and overall it just looks good. The build is also very... The build was standard, again, in terms of how you build the diesel, especially with the ones you see nowadays. But there's definitely some uniqueness to it, with some of the building techniques used up in like the nose bit here again. Have you got some of the construction going on to make that sideways building, which is pretty cool. And again, it's making use of these wire pieces, which I'll probably have to... Oh, fuck it, I'll keep it off. Be too hard to put back on with one hand. But yeah, we got that piece and mechanism going on. It also uses the 2x2 again, instead of the 4x6 coach piece. Again, very cool, very different. And yeah, this helps make it stand out. So this is definitely something I would encourage you to make if you are a fan of diesels and Lego trains in particular, because something different, something new, go ahead. And yeah, I suppose that's that really. So 7 minutes, oh my god. I don't think any other ones have been this long, so far at least. Right, that's it, I'm done. We got, what was it, 22 more to go. We're getting there. We're getting there. What's the next? I got my list up on my PC screen. We got the... Oh, there's a tank engine coming after it. And there's a passenger coach at number 10. Oh, next few ones are going to be good ones. Liking it. Right, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.